Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button, and if you're subscribed already, thank you so much. So today's tutorial will be more of a chit chat kind of makeup tutorial. I'll be discussing a few things that's really dear to my heart. As you all know, I'm Nigerian, and in the last few weeks it's been really tough for so many Nigerians, in the sense that we've had a peaceful protest. The government has invaded our protest, making it feel like we were trying to take over. I don't know what they thought and what they still think, but anyways, that aside, I'm just going to be giving you guys what I think or how I feel about the whole situation. And I'm also going to be addressing something about Lagos, about our lawmakers in Lagos. I hope you guys find this interesting. I really like to hear what you guys have to say. I really like to see have discussions with you guys in the comment section. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys. I'll start off first by moisturizing my face with this and start discussing, like I said earlier. So for those of you who do not know, SARS means Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and it was created because I heard, or information I got from the older generation, is that we used to have a lot of robbers in Lagos, in Nigeria as a whole, and the government was just looking for a unit of the police that could help tackle that. But in the last few years, we realized that these guys aren't actually doing their job. What they do is extort people for money, brutalize people who cannot actually give them that money, and all that kind of thing. And that has gone on and on and on and on. And the government has said, oh, they're going to disband them, oh, they're going to reform them. We've had like this issue over and over again. But what really got most people talking right now is the fact that a video went viral sometimes in October of a young boy that was brutalized or died as a result of how it was being handled by that unit. And that got everybody angry, and everybody started speaking up about how they've been brutalized by the police force or by the SARS unit. And this made two Nigerian celebrities, Files and Runtown, to do a peaceful protest, I think October 7th. So I'll be going in now with this maximizer, this mattifier. I hope you guys are listening. So they decided that okay, let's just do a peaceful protest, and I watched Files I think it was his video stating reason why they decided to just do that, and he wasn't even expecting the number of people that turned out for that protest. And after that day, the numbers kept growing, and every other person started joining. People, Nigerians in diaspora, started joining the movement and all. And in Lekki happens to be a place in Lagos that is for, I won't say the rich, but people. It's like a very high standard kind of place in Lagos, and there's a toll gate there that people kind of pay to go into that part of Lagos. For those who live in Lagos, you understand what I'm trying to say. So they had one of the most peaceful protests in Nigeria. But as our government would do, or would try to always show their power, because these people are people who they live by the power and the money that they have. So they wanted to show that okay, we're powerful and we're this and we're that. And they ordered, I don't know, army. We watched it, but some people claim it's fake news, is this, is that. I really want to talk about all of that thing. Wait, I'm waiting for my face to dry, you, so all this part I don't really show it in my old tutorials. So like I was saying, the government, like everybody is denying it, both the state government and the federal government. Nobody's trying to say that they actually the one who ordered the soldiers to go and attack these protesters. So they attacked them, and I was on that day that thing happened. I really didn't know what to say. I felt so bad, because these are young people like myself, and they were just trying to do better than the old generation. They were just trying to ask, like, we don't have job, there is no light, there is nothing really working in Nigeria except for the youths and the entrepreneurs, like in Nigeria. I'm not saying that other industries are not working, but if you understand what I'm trying to say. And they did what they did, and it was really painful. It was bad to see other people, like youths like myself, being killed and all. It was a very traumatic period of time for so many Nigerians, and everybody has been denying. The state government has denied. They even went as far as saying that there was no, the state governor went as far as saying that there was no casualty, when in fact he visited the hospitals that these people, these guys that were shot were, and it was bad that they were denying it. And from my conversation with older generation, I realized that I'm not saying that there is no fake news, don't get me wrong, but there are certain things that are, you can see that these things are just the way they are. Like, it's actually true. There's no point lying about it, but they all believe, oh, it's fake news, is that, is this. But this is why I come to why I really want to do this chit chat with you guys. So before I go on, this is my Mary Kay glow. I just applied it at the portions of my face that I want to highlight. I'm doing my skin work first, so that's why you can see me doing this. So I'm going in now with my foundation. I'm using Juvia's Place Cosmetics foundation in Togo. I'll use this one. I'll still go in with this. So this is where I actually wanted to talk about the fact that where my talk actually is, I don't want to get carried away with this blending. So I'm just blending from one portion of my face and I'm going to extend to other parts like I always do in my previous video. But what really got me to do this chit chat is the fact that the Lagos State lawmakers, I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but I always watch the news just to make sure that whatever information I want to pass to people or whatever conversation I want to engage in, I'm actually enlightened enough to engage in it. Anyone I am not sure of, I prefer to keep quiet than for me to contribute when I'm not sure of it. So I was watching the news, I watch channels, I watch TVC, I watch Arise News, and I heard the Lagos State lawmakers talking. So there's one of them that is very popular, which is Desmond Elliott. I'm sure you guys must have seen his name trending on Twitter because I saw that. So Desmond happens to be a celebrity and actor in Nigeria. You guys know what I'm saying already, but I just want to share my view about it. The fact that there's one thing that really got to me is the fact that this person that we're talking about is a youth. We can all agree that this person is a youth. And the fact that words like this are coming out from his mouth, that there's need to regulate, there's hate speech, for someone who has used this same social media platform for his own benefit, I actually didn't expect that from him. Another person that I would actually want to like talk about is the female honorable. So I've seen some clips on social media, but I'll talk about the clip I saw on the TV where she was talking about youths, like when you graduate, if there is no job, you can be a fashion designer. And I think to myself that why in God's name would someone who calls herself a lawmaker say such statement? So you expect a graduate of biochemistry or microbiology to do what? To be a fashion designer. I'm not saying people are not that way if it's their passion, but there's something about passion and career. Some people don't want to use their passion to make money. They just want to do it because they love it. And Nigeria has pushed so many people into becoming overnight entrepreneurs. Many of them don't want to be that. Many people want a career. Like, I studied microbiology, I want to be a microbiologist, I want to work in a research institute. That's what they want to do. That's actually their passion. But the country has pushed so many people to become entrepreneurs. Like, I can specifically say, like, those people I graduated with, like for my first degree, majority are not even in line with whatever thing they are doing now is not in line with what we all studied in the university. And it is really hurting, it is really disgraceful that such statements would come out from a lawmaker, from a lawmaker's mouth, that they can become designers. when we should be having research institute where these guys can work, where we should have places that they can use whatever thing they have learned in the university to bless the community. You go abroad, you see people, oh, someone is a plant scientist. You see that we have so many, let me use plant science as an example. You have so many different varieties of a particular, what do they call it, plant. So you see tomato, you see different type of tomato, you see the vine, you see the Roma, like different. Actually, it's people that actually use their brain to genetically work on these plants and give us various varieties. And that is what I expect that should be happening in Nigeria, but that's not what we are seeing. So it's really, I feel like it's really bad. Our lawmakers need to have a rethink of all the things they say. I'm not here to give them jab, because if I try to like give jabs real, that auntie really fucked up for a woman. As in, I expected better. She now went as far as saying that, so I'm going to be applying my concealer now. She went as far as saying that many of our youths are drug addicts. I can bet with you that probably her son or her daughter is dealing with drugs. For her to know so much about it, or a relative is dealing with drugs, and that is why she can broadly say that many of our youths are this or that. For someone who's supposed to be making law for us, for someone who's supposed to be fighting for us, like these guys are supposed to talk and fight for us. That's why they've been elected to be in the house. You get me? And what they are now doing is Lagos is full of godfatherism. I understand that, but really, I feel really bad that our lawmakers will say something like that, and that's why I just wanted to do this chit chat kind of thing, this kind of old talking ceremony. Like it's not a thing for me. I prefer to just do my voiceover over my makeup tutorials, but I felt like I needed to talk about this because it's really bad. Then another lawmaker said, so the first lawmaker is from I think she said I saw that she's representing Amuwo Odofin. And you know the funny thing about this woman's constituency is that in the last year they've had gas explosion, they've had fire outbreak somewhere in my two, where like that was even last week. These are the things they are out to fight for: protecting lives, creating laws that would protect people's life. But no, that's not what they are doing. They want to rather involve themselves with what is not it, which is really annoying. Another lawmaker said that he thought that with the way they were all shouting about the massacre, that they would meet like 300 to 1,000 bodies on the floor. And I'm like, wow, that is very low of this man, because why would you say such a thing? So are they trying to say that, oh, the lives lost didn't mean anything? Because people lost their children, some people lost their father, some lost their mom, and it's really bad that I expected that day at their sitting they were going to discuss, oh, how can we fight for these guys who have lost their lives? What can we do to help them? What can we do to ease their family pain? At this point, how can we even pay them condolence visit or something? But rather they were more interested in how to stop people from talking on social media, regulating social media, because it's carrying fake news, it's doing this. Social media has done more good than harm to so many people. And I feel like if we didn't have social media on the day of the Lekki massacre, the government would have completely denied everything that happened that day. Because that particular day, when I saw it trending on Instagram, I was forced to check Channels News. I was forced to check TVC. They were actually doing one program. I can't remember what program they were doing that day. And I'm like, something is happening in Lekki. You guys are not showing it. I checked Channels as well. They were not showing anything. I was really shocked, and it was really painful to watch local media not say anything about what was going on. So I'm going in now with my foundation stick for my contour. As you guys can see, I've blended my highlights. So for my contour, I'm just going to use my foundation stick I was saying, I wanted to concentrate on that. It was really bad that no local news, no local media was actually covering that event. And for the governor to say, oh, there was no shooting or there was nothing like that the next day, it was really bad. I felt like if we didn't have social media, you guys just imagine if there was no social media, if there was no DJ switch, even if there was no DJ switch on ground that day, people had their phones with them, they would have definitely seen that video. But it says a lot about what the Nigerian government is willing to cover up in such situation. I don't know how you feel about this, but I actually want to hear your view. And I would like to say that if you have people from the older generation, they don't see this thing the way we see it. And I've realized that over time. So I feel like my opinion is my opinion at this point, because they might never see this thing the way we are seeing it. They might never understand what we are saying. They might never like see things in our own direction, but it is our own truth, and we just have to say it because it is our truth. We just have to say it just the way it is. We don't have to continue to live in fear and all of that. So this says a lot about, it says a lot about our government, the Nigerian government, and how much they are willing to cover up for their crimes. I prayed the souls of those who we lost, I pray their souls rest in peace. But I also like encourage us as Nigerians that we can do better in the coming election. We can make our voices heard. It's just painful, and it's also pitiful that we find ourselves in such situations. I really do not know what to say. I'm lost of words. When it comes to the Nigerian government, I'm extremely lost of words, and it's so bad. I'd like you guys to, I'm also going to be sharing my experience with the Nigerian police. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous videos, that I was going to be sharing my experience with you guys on police brutality. So while I was serving, I served in Ibadan, and for many people, Ibadan is not super far from Lagos. It was really okay. No, don't let me start from that. I'll start from when I was in school. So it was the day I was going to school, and I needed to do something so urgent in school, and the driver was taking me. And when we got to a junction not so far from my school, we didn't even know that the police guys stopped us. We were just going. Next thing, we just see a police drop in front of the car, like they were trying to inspect. So the cars were moving slowly and slowly and slowly. So we didn't know that the police guy had actually stopped us. The next thing, we just see someone jump on the bonnet of the car, and we were so scared. We were like, what happened? It was like, park. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with Igondo bus stop and the police at that station. So we're like, what's happening? So we just parked, asked for the license and everything, and we're like, oh, okay, this is it. And it was like, oh, it was asking me questions that, okay, what am I, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm a student and all that. I have something to do in school, and that's why I'm on my way to school. That day I didn't even know what to say or do. Next thing, moved to the station. I was even trying to call my dad, that, oh, sir, these are situations of things. So moved to the station. Like, they were just, maybe because I was just like looking and I wasn't really saying anything, they just started rough handling the driver that, you guys are going to the station, you are going to do this. I was like, please, I have something to do in school. What's the situation? Blah blah blah. These guys didn't listen to me. They didn't even want to hear what I had to say. They started displaying, they started showing. That day I was so confused. I had to send them the money in my account. Okay, no, my daddy gave me money to go and do something in school then. So that money was what I had to give to them, and that was it for that day. I really felt bad. I felt like we didn't even deserve the treatment that we got. So I'm using my Juvia's Cosmetics brown for my brows, because I won't be doing anything serious. I'm not going to be doing an extremely defined brow, so I'm just going to use that. I'll try to make this tutorial as short as possible, but so I was really pained that day. I had to wait for another money to be transferred to me to do what I had to do in school, and that I could never forget that day in my entire life. It was so traumatic for me. Then another time was when I was 7. So I was going to Ibadan, and I don't know if you guys know where Guru Maharaji is. Not far from Guru Maharaji. We always have like the SARS officers. So there will be normal police force, and there will also be SARS, like not too far from each other. When you are going out, if you are very conversant with that route, you will notice that. So that day we had passed the police, and the next was SARS. So we were stopped, and I explained that, oh, I'm serving. They were like, I wasn't wearing my uniform. I was like, I didn't feel like wearing it. I had to go to Lagos to do something in a hurry, and I couldn't go in my uniform and all. And these people started asking me questions. So they left me when they realized I was a core member, but one of them still insisted that they needed to do some things. They needed to check the card. They needed to do, I was already getting frustrated at that point. But I was so happy that day I didn't have money with me. So I was just like, sir, I'm just a core member. This guy is going to drop me. I'm sick. Guys, if I tell you that they didn't listen to me, this man didn't listen to me. Like others left, they were like, they needed to attend to other people. So they left one officer with me that day, that the officer should continue to talk to us. I tried begging this man. This man collected my phone, checked my phone, and he realized I had just 2,000 naira in my. I felt like I was extremely lucky that day, because I just had 2,000 naira in my account. And then I told the man that I'm a core member. I don't even have money. My parents don't give me, as at that time, my parents were not giving me money because I was serving. Like my parents don't give me money again, and that's it for me. And the man was like, no, I must give them something. Since I don't, I was begging him, like, I'm like your younger sister, please. This man did not listen to me. Did you guys believe that he asked, after he saw that I had just 2,000 naira? You know, normally you receive text message from bank. I wasn't using the banking app then, or I don't think the banking app was already existing then. Yes, I don't think it was existing then. I wasn't using the banking app, so he saw that I had just 2,000 naira left in my account, and he asked me to send it to him. And I tried explaining to him that, sir, this is the last money on me. But his excuse, what was his excuse? He was like, I'm saying that this is the last money on me, but I have a box of clothes in the boot. A driver is dropping me off at school, at the service. Am I not supposed to? If I really didn't have money, I would have jumped. I would have used the normal bus from the park to transport myself to Ibadan. And I was trying to explain to him that I'm sick, and that's why the driver had to like go drop me off in Ibadan for my service. But he didn't listen to me, and he took my money, and that was it. So, and other people have had like bitter experiences with the police. So many people have had worse experiences. They've extorted them for much more amount of money. Mine was just how much? 2,000. Although that day or that period, that was like my last check. That was the last money on me, and he collected it. I felt so pained that day, and I also couldn't reach my parents on that day because there was no network, and I didn't even know how we now got network to send the money. But for me to be able to reach my parents that day, I couldn't. So that's two experiences with the police that I can never ever forget. So I can definitely relate with those people who went out to protest against police brutality, against the SARS mission, against everything. I really understand how they feel, because at those two times, why I can remember those two times, because the first one, I needed to do something very important in school. The money I was given to do the things at school, I had to give to them to let me go. the other time, the last money in my account, the last money I was hoping to spend was what they took from me. So it was a really painful experience for me. So now guys, I'm going to go into cleaning my brows. So like I was saying before guys, for anyone who has lived in Nigeria in the last 10 years, will be able to relate with most of the things I'm saying. For those who really do not know so much about it, ask your family members back home, ask people around. It's a terrible experience, and you won't even want to say about how it destroys your day, how it makes you sad for the rest of the day, like situations like that. And that's why I said in the beginning of my talk that it is something that you don't really that I can actually feel how I know how most people feel about the Nigerian police force and the whole SARS thing, and I know why so many people we're actually involved with the whole fight against SARS. I'm just trying to bear my heart to you, Sha. That's just the long and short of this whole talk that I'm trying to do. So I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette. I'll be using like most of the matte color in this palette. I might not be showing it, but that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going in first with one that looks like yellow. So it's a really horrible experience, and our leaders need to do better. I was really thinking on Tuesday when I saw everything happen, I was like, this weekend, I was just like, wow. Lawmakers that were voted into power, this is the rubbish that is spilling out of their mouth. The fact that all of these guys are corrupt and nobody's even saying anything about the corruption. Nobody's saying that, oh, we want you guys to leave power. The only thing they're asking is, give us a better Nigeria. We're not saying don't steal our money. We know you're already stealing our money. Just give us a better nation. Give us a better country. Let's have a good place to call home. Just keep us alive. Let us be able to do all the things that we want to actually do. And I also wanted to address a situation or a talk like that. So the woman that was saying that they can be designers, they can be this. The Nigerian wedding or event industry is one of the biggest industry, and so many of them work till very late. Like when there are events, they work till very late, and till like many of them work till very late. And what time do you expect these kind of people to get to their house? If you say we don't want to stay with them, we don't want them to stay out late, what time do you expect these guys to get home? And really, it's just super painful. I don't know what to say, but like I know it's super painful. It hurts me to see situations like this, and I feel bad that our lawmakers can't do better. It's really bad, extremely bad. I hope for a better Nigeria anyways. I hope that we'll have a Nigeria that actually works for us, and I hope that like many youth, like people of my age, please get your voters card. I have my own temporary voters card, and I hope to get my permanent voters card soon. Get your voters card. The next election, we don't need the two big ruling parties to rule us again. There might be a new party, I don't know, but I feel like we should work more with how would I say it? With the personality. So if we know that this person is able to do something, if this person is capable of doing something different, is capable of bringing a true change, we should give our support to such people. We should not continue to recycle the same old men that we've been recycling all these years. We shouldn't. I feel like we have moved past that stage. We should stop recycling them, because I feel like the fact that we're recycling them makes them feel like they can do anything to us. They can rule us just the way they want. They can do us just the way they want to do us, which I feel like it shouldn't be. We need to stop all of that. We have to. So I don't know if I want to still rant. I don't know if I still want to say anything, because this I would have made it a funny rant, but really it's not something funny. I would have decided to just like do a talk, but I know that if I'm kind of doing the talk, I might get super emotional about the whole situation, and I just felt like doing this makeup and also talking to you guys would kind of work for me. So, and that's why I decided to just do this. Another thing, so many people might find it funny, but I feel like it's an insult to our intelligence, was the stunt that the former governor of Lagos State performed at the Lekki Toll Gate. It's funny to some people, but I actually do not find it funny. I know like there's a challenge going on just to make everybody feel happy about it, but really it's not funny. It's an insult to our intelligence. It's an insult to how we think. Do they think we are fools? That's my own question. Do they actually think we are fools, that you'll just wake up one day after so many people have cleaned the place? You just wake up one day, you just walk around as per CIA, as per SWAT, as per what, and you just find a camcorder in a place that they already took down CCTV, in a place that lights were off. You just found. So what would the camcorder do? Show us evidence or what? Because I'm actually trying to think of what they would play at this time, and I feel like that camcorder, the Nigerian government will still use it for something very, very stupid. What you just said? You just said that you heard that from me. They're going to use it for something very stupid. They will say something very stupid, or maybe, oh, we got our evidence, blah blah blah, from that. So I feel like what that stunt, because I don't know what anybody, people might say it's news, might be, some people might say it's true, he really found camp, but that stunt that he pulled was an insult to us all, and I actually don't find it funny. I don't find it interesting. I just feel like that action is very stupid. If they think they can deceive Nigerians like that, then they must really take us for a fool. They must really have thought that, oh, we got these guys there. Just give them one video. Let Fashola, somebody that they think is sensible, do something stupid, and you see that they would believe it, or believe whatever thing he says. And that's how I saw that old stunt that they pulled. Anyways, guys, I'd like to hear your view. I'd like to hear what you think about it. If you're in Nigeria, like, we can always have a conversation on this in my comment section. I really like us to have like real conversations on this, and I also want to bring it to your notice for those of you who are not aware. There is like a We Move program going on right now. I don't know like what it entails, but you can head on to Files the Bad Guys page, and you will see it. So they had a talk, I think yesterday, and I kind of listened to a few clips from their conversation, and I feel like as a youth you have to be informed. You have to know what is actually what is happening. You have to know what people are talking about, people who actually have the interest of the country at heart. If you really want to hear conversations about that, I think that's that program is something you would want to listen to. I think it was hosted by Ebuka of Big Brother. So if you really need something to just help you like get enlightened, something that will just help you know more about this whole situation and what we are doing now that the government has kind of disrupted the old thing, now that they've decided to do it their way, what is the way forward? And I would advise that you just join that, and I hope it helps.
So I'm using another eyeshadow color from that same palette at the corners of my eyes. I'm also using a very tiny brush to apply it. It's a tiny eyeshadow brush to just apply it at the corners of my eyes. Then I go in to line my eyes with my Juvia Space Cosmetics eyeliner in black. So I use the brown for my brows, so I'm using the black for my eye now. So I'm lining my waterline first. I'm sorry guys for covering my face. I didn't know that my face was covered at this time. Then I'm also going to line the lash line, the top lash line or the upper lash line, and the waterline as well. And I'm just going to extend it a bit towards the outer corners of my eye, and also make sure that it joins with the lower one. And now I'm going to go in with my classic powder in dark as a contour powder to the portions of the face that I contour. I hope you guys are kind of flowing with me because I'm doing a bit of makeup and a bit of my chit chat like I mentioned earlier. This thing, like doing this particular makeup, it wasn't like I really wanted to do it, but this was like therapy for me. I needed to speak, like to talk about how I feel, and the best way for me to do that was just to do it with my makeup, and it's just a form of therapy so I don't get too emotional about the whole situation. It's an emotional situation, yes, but I don't want to get too emotional about it. So now for my nose contour, I'm using a smaller blending brush, and I'm also applying the same deep powder shade, dark powder shade as my contour powder. So this is one reason I like my classic powder. It has the highlight, the contour, and my normal powder shade, so it makes it convenient for me to just use one palette of powder for my entire look. So now I'm highlighting with the shade light in this particular palette, and I'm also using a loose highlight brush to do that. As you guys can see, I'm highlighting those portions of the face that I already used my lighter concealer on. So I'm just blending it in properly and just ensuring that I'm doing what I need to do. Now I'm going in with my powder bareMinerals in Clove 180. I'm not sure if I've forgotten my exact shade, but I'll write it in the description box below. So I'm just applying the powder on the rest of my face and ensuring that I'm also blending the ash lines between the contour and the highlight together properly, so everything looks in tune. I really like to hear you guys' view about everything I discussed today, and I really appreciate it. So now I'm applying my glow at the portions of at my eye cheekbone, my nose bridge, the top part of my lip, my forehead, and my chin. And I actually zoomed in to this look so that you guys can see what my makeup really looks like, how flawless the finishing is, how my lashes are sitting properly on my lash line. Just basically for you guys to see what my makeup really looks like, and also my untrimmed brows that I just try to make look simple and easy as possible, and good as well. So that's just it for me. I would really like to hear you guys experiences with the police force, and how you feel about this whole SARS thing, and how you feel about what the lawmakers have done, like how they reacted to this situation, everything. I would really like us to discuss it in the comment section. So now guys, I'm lining my lip, which is something I really do not do super often. And sorry about my super and so, like that's the way I speak my English, but I don't write my English that way. So I line my lip, and now I'm going in with my MAC Rubywoo lipstick. So I first of all use it at the portions of my lip where I already outlined. So just to make sure that I get the view shape that I want. Then for the top part, I kind of stretch my lip a bit so I can see what my lip shape look like, and apply my lipstick in that form. As you can see, I bent my lip in, spread it, and I just applied my lipstick in that portion. That's how I kind of like to apply my lipstick, or that's the best way for me to get my lip shape, or the shape I actually want to get. So, and I just fill it in. I still said so again, and I just fill it in anyways. That's just the basic thing for me, or that's the basic step for lipstick. So guys, this is my finished look. Hey
guys, so this comes to the end of today's tutorial. If this is your first time joining me, please click the subscribe button. If you subscribed already, thank you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's like a little chit chat. I just wanted to express myself about how I feel about the whole SARS situation. For anyone who has been following me, you notice I've always been posting and I've been talking about it. I've always been like, Nigeria has always been very dear to me, so I know I can't just stop talking about it, and I just hope that we have a better nation. That's my hope, that's my desire. And I also felt like I needed to just talk about the whole situation. I needed to learn my voice as a content creator. I needed to also learn my voice as an individual, as a Nigerian. And I also needed to talk about how the government has felt like they're making a fool of us, rather they're making a fool out of themselves. it's really bad to see that people were supposed to protect us, were supposed to make laws that would protect us, that would take us, that would make us priority, actually the ones against us. Looking at Desmond Elliott, someone who has a platform, who was voted into power, and I don't know, I feel like it just changed. Politics, power, money changes people, and we can see that in his own life, or in the way he has reacted over this entire situation. The other honorable who took palliatives and shared as birthday gift, who also said that many Nigerians are drug addicts and all. Really, can you imagine that kind of thing? Someone like Nigerians, people who went to school, studied, who are supposed to be working in industries, there's no industry to employ them. You're saying they should be designers, they should be this, like is there even a platform for entrepreneurs to get money, to get loan? There's no platform like that. So it's a long discussion. Like, talking about this thing is going to be a very long thing, but I just decided to just share my bits about it. I also shared my stories with the Nigerian police force, at least on two occasions that I can remember vividly, and that's why I said I can actually relate to some of the youths and how they feel about the whole situation. So if you want us to have a discussion about this, you can always reach me on my comment section. I'll really looking forward to that. Thank you guys for staying. Thank you for stopping by on my channel. I really appreciate it. Till I see you guys again, stay safe, stay sane, and stay active. Bye.